Hey everybody, this is Modern Refugee. Cold this morning. Having my coffee. Thought I'd have a little bit of a conversation on what I've been doing and some things that are kind of on my mind with everything that's been going on. Now, we're still taking care of medical stuff, so we're still traveling back and forth to the city, and we've done that quite a bit here in the last 2 weeks, so I've had a chance to hit a bunch of different stores, look for stuff like groceries and ammo and that kind of stuff. Groceries have actually been looking pretty decent, with the exception of canning supplies, and it's still canning season. With the exception of canning supplies, everything's been looking fairly decent. Most of the stores have been getting out their holiday stuff. There's a lot of baking stuff, a lot of stuff that's been on sale, so it's sort of a good time if you got a little spare cash to go out and fill your pantry up. It's that time of year, winter. This is when the old timers in October, November would be working extra hard to make sure they had everything buttoned up by middle of December, so they were good to go then to next April for the spring. We actually took advantage of some of the places that we hit. We hit regular stores, we hit Amish stores, hit a bunch of different places. We actually put together some boxes for some people that are just starting to prep, and some people that didn't quite have enough money to buy some extra stuff. I put together some boxes. It's real important if you're giving people some supplies and some stuff for preps when they're like first starting out. It's really important to sort of have a meal plan. Say, okay, I put these 3 ingredients in the box. These 3 ingredients make this, or these 2 things plus something that you already have that makes that. And it's really, really important to go ahead and leave those instructions, because a lot of times if people aren't into prepping, they're probably not into scratch cooking that much either. It's a skill that has to be learned over a period of time. So those boxes we put together sort of had some instructions with them on how to go ahead and make certain dishes. Another thing that has always bothered me was elections and holidays. These are 2 times when I have often thought that if anything pops off or if there's any incident or something, it's going to happen during those times. And what happened over in the Middle East, if you look at that a little bit closer, that happened on a holiday. People are out, they're having a good time, they're spending time with relatives, they're spending time with friends, they're partying a little bit, and they're not paying attention. And a lot of security services, doctors in hospitals, I know this from my own incident last year, all the doctors are out of town at Christmas. So you're not going to have the response on a holiday that you would normally have like during the day, during the week. So there's always that to keep in the back of your mind. Holidays are kind of tough, and I'm always my sense of awareness is always a lot higher during holidays, and sort of always has been. So, it's the start of the holiday season. We've got the biggest holiday season of the year coming up here in the next 2 months, and it wouldn't surprise me one bit if there isn't some type of incident or something that goes on during that period, just because of all the heightened. I know all the agencies have been discussing the heightened risk levels and stuff, but you know what? I'm a prepper, so I'm always thinking about the heightened risk levels, so they're not telling me anything that I don't already know, but keep a heightened sense of awareness during this holiday season here in particular. And I've used this time to kind of go through my stuff, kind of shore up my first aid kits, make sure the stuff that we carry around in the vehicles is good to go. I actually have like a little tub that I keep basically extra medical supplies, and I got 2. I got one that's sort of like a big tackle box, and then I have another one that's sort of like just a larger tote where I just keep stuff in that I can fall back to make another first aid kit or several first aid kits if I have to. And that's actually what I did. I also got several different pouches and whatnot that I keep around, and I like fanny packs sometimes for fanny packs, sling bags. I like when I'm making first aid kits. I've got a whole playlist on first aid kits, but I basically just threw this together with what I had in my tub. You know, I got some Curl-X in there. I got some Coband. I got pressure dressings down there. Got a light. Grabbed one of my all-metal shears. Put a little piece of paracord on it so it's got a pull tab so I can pull that out of there. Got these are actually occlusive dressings. And if you don't know what occlusive dressing is, it's a piece of gauze impregnated with Vaseline, and then I got a roll of thinner Gorilla Tape down there in the bottom. And the nice thing about these fanny packs is you can take these and you can shorten these down. You can hang these on the back of a headrest of a vehicle. You can just make these straps as short as possible, put this part to face the back seat, and then you can put the buckle right kind of like where your head would set or your neck would set. So if you needed to grab this, you could just snap that buckle and you can grab this to go to wherever that you're needed, more or less. And then the front pocket, then I got some tourniquets in the front pocket. So this is more or less just a bleed kit that I made up, just an extra one. Got a little, I know it's camouflage, but it is hunting season, and there's a little red on it, so sort of sticks out if you need to grab it in a hurry. But I just made a few things like that up to basically shore up what we already have. Ammunition. It is hunting season, so ammunition is sort of selling around here. It's deer gun hunting season coming up here in a couple of weeks, and but ammo is sort of, you can find it, but most places that still have it have jacked the price up. So it's not really a good time to go ahead and buy that unless you got a little out of the way place that you know about there, where you can grab some still for reasonably. The places that do have it have raised the prices. The hunting stuff is still pretty much available. The stuff like 223 and 556, that kind of stuff is pretty much all gone, and what is there is really, really expensive. And 9mm is low. The 9mm and the 556 especially. Some of the other handgun rounds, 40, 45, you can still find. Stuff like mags and stuff, you can still sort of find that depending on, what the model is. And there's a pretty large difference in prices. There's some places that are still fairly reasonable, and again, some prices taking in a little extra profit by jacking up the prices. There's one shop in particular, they pretty much all the ammunition that they had in any bulk packs, they put a sticker over top of the other sticker that was anywhere between $20 and $30 more. And we're not talking like massive amounts. We're talking like 100 round boxes, 125 round boxes, that kind of stuff. They put jack the price up $30 on some of that stuff. It was kind of one of those things. And it was busier than heck. People are in there scrambling around. You will not see more astute panic buyers than you do in the gun community. People in the gun community panic buy all the time. It's been going on for years. I've seen panic buy after panic buy in the gun community over the years. So just the nature of the beast. So it pays to always get ahead of the curve with all that stuff. So, we've been keeping an eye on things, keeping our vehicles filled up. I'm working on several different repairs, basically. I do all this stuff, all this prepping and stuff that I do, and gardening and foraging and everything that I do, making these videos. I still work a regular job too. So, this is like my second job doing all this stuff and putting this information out. So, it's always busy between going to medical appointments and prepping and working and fixing stuff. So a prepper's life is a busy life. It's not a lethargic life in any way, shape, or form. But so I've been fixing stuff. We've been putting up small amounts here and there. Our canning is more or less done. We've had a hard frost here, so the garden is pretty much done. All my second crop of potatoes are in. The onions are all braided. I'm going to cover up some. One thing that I got to do in the garden yet is I got to cover up some carrots. so they can just hang in the ground, and we'll just go out and dig them over the course of the winter as we need them. So we got that going on, and we're just keeping an eye on things. We've got more trips to the city that we're going to have to go to here in the next 2 months, and when we do those trips, we make sure we got a full gas tank, we got our EDC with us, and we have a heightened sense of awareness. But I wanted to mention that specifically about what I was seeing, and I wanted to mention that heightened sense of awareness during the holiday season that we're going into right now, because I haven't really heard any other prepping channel here in the last few days talk about the heightened sense of awareness that I think people should have during the holidays, just because of that. And like I said, there's people are partying, they're spending time with friends and family. They're not really paying attention like they normally would. There's less response in services a lot of times during the holidays. Medical is definitely degraded during the holidays because the doctors all go on vacation and this and that. So there are still some around. You can still go to the ER typically on a holiday, but a lot of the specialists or something, if there's something specific that happens where they need a specific doctor, they're out of town. And like I said, I know this from experience. I know this when my dad had a stroke before he passed away, and I know from my own personal experience, everything bad happens during a holiday. But anyway, this is Modern Refugee. Just wanted to take this time this morning to have a little talk with you guys and touch base on these things to get people thinking about it. But anyway, appreciate all you guys out there. Hope you guys get some information, ideas, and entertainment out of my videos as always, and you guys have a safe one.